Ilona thought her vacation pay would finally bring her peace, but when her husband secretly stole every last ruble, he had no idea the card he held was a trap that would destroy his own world. Stay with me till the end, and if this story touches your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing stories. Ilona's hands trembled slightly as she checked her phone. A message blinked on the screen. Vacation pay credited, 72,500 rubles. She exhaled with relief. For weeks, she had counted the days until this moment, dreaming of freedom. But what she didn't know was that her husband, Pavel, had already noticed the glow in her eyes, and he was waiting. What neither of them could predict was that the simple card holding her money wasn't just a card, it was a trap that would change both of their lives forever. Ilona had worked at the same accounting firm for 8 years. Her life was routine: numbers, spreadsheets, deadlines, and endless paperwork. While her colleagues sometimes called her the machine for her ability to finish tasks quickly and flawlessly, the truth was that she was simply too afraid to slow down. "Take some rest, Ilona," her boss, Sergey, often said. "The company won't collapse if you disappear for 2 weeks." But Ilona always shook her head. Rest meant coming home early. Rest meant facing Pavel, and Pavel's moods were unpredictable. Some nights he was affectionate, almost like the man she had fallen in love with years ago. Other nights, he was bitter, restless, and quick to pick fights, especially when there was no money in his pockets. The vacation pay was supposed to be her chance to escape, if only for a while. Pavel was tall, broad-shouldered, and handsome in a rugged way. In their early years, he had been attentive, showering Ilona with compliments and promises of a bright future. But once the wedding rings were exchanged, his charm began to unravel. He worked sporadically, picking up temporary jobs that never lasted. Gambling filled the void. He convinced himself he was only one game away from a breakthrough that would fix everything. When Ilona came home that evening, still glowing from the sight of her vacation pay message, Pavel noticed instantly. "You look happy," he said, narrowing his eyes. "What happened? Promotion?" Ilona tried to stay casual. "No, just vacation pay came in." Pavel's lips curled into a smirk. "Ah, perfect. Maybe we can finally invest in something worthwhile. I know a game tonight where I could triple it." Her stomach dropped. "No, Pavel, that money is for me. For rest. For us, maybe, if you want to come with me somewhere peaceful." But his smirk turned into a grin that didn't reach his eyes. She recognized the hunger there, the hunger not for peace, but for risk. Ilona wasn't naive anymore. After years of watching him drain their accounts, she had made a decision months ago. She opened a separate account in her name only, tied to a new card. On that card, she kept her true savings, small portions of each paycheck she had quietly set aside. The other card, the one she showed him, was bait. She kept a few amounts there now and then, enough to look like everything. But she had also flagged the account with her bank. If unusual withdrawals occurred, alerts would be sent. It was risky. She felt almost like a spy in her own marriage. But it was the only way to protect herself. That night, after Ilona fell asleep, Pavel stood by her purse. The faint light from the street lamp outside made his shadow stretch long across the bedroom wall. He hesitated for a moment, looking at her peaceful face. Then he slid the card from her wallet. "Just this once," he muttered under his breath. "I'll win big. She'll thank me later." By morning, the card was empty. Every ruble gone. Ilona discovered it as soon as she checked her phone. Her throat tightened, but she forced herself not to cry. Instead, she waited. At breakfast, Pavel whistled while buttering his bread. "Good news," he said cheerfully. "I took care of the money. Tonight, I'll turn it into triple." Ilona sipped her tea, hiding the storm inside her. "Of course, Pavel," she said quietly. He didn't notice her calm tone. He thought he had won. By evening, Pavel was sitting in a smoky room filled with gamblers. Cards slapped against tables, dice rolled, voices rose and fell with greed. He placed his bets with Ilona's money, confident tonight was his night. But then the police stormed in. "Everyone stay where you are." Chaos erupted, chairs overturned, men tried to run, but officers were everywhere. Pavel froze as a hand clamped down on his shoulder. At the police station, he was questioned. The cash in his pocket had serial numbers linked to flagged withdrawals. His wife's bank had traced everything. Ilona's phone rang at home. "Mrs. Ivanova," an officer said politely. "Thank you for your earlier report. Your flagged account led us to an illegal gambling operation. Your husband was caught in the raid." Ilona sat in silence. She had imagined this moment many times, but hearing it felt surreal. "Do you wish to press charges?" the officer asked. Her lips trembled. "Not yet. I need time." When Pavel was released later that night, he stormed into the apartment, his face pale and eyes wide with fury. "You set me up," he hissed, slamming his fist on the table. "You told the bank to watch me. You, my own wife." Ilona looked at him calmly. For the first time in years, she didn't feel fear. "No, Pavel," she said softly. "I set up a trap for anyone who would steal from me. You walked right into it." His fists clenched, but he saw something in her eyes he had never seen before: strength. The next morning, Ilona packed a suitcase. Not in a rush, not in secret. Calmly. "Where are you going?" Pavel demanded. "To rest," she replied. "To live, without you, if necessary." He stood there, speechless, as she walked out the door. Ilona didn't go to the seaside. Instead, she rented a small wooden cabin far outside the city. There, surrounded by pine trees and silence, she finally exhaled. For the first time in years, she felt free. Not because of the money, not because of revenge, but because she had chosen herself. Weeks later, Ilona sat on the porch of the cabin, sipping tea, watching the sun dip below the horizon. Her phone buzzed with a message from the bank. Her real savings account, untouched, was safe and growing. She smiled faintly. Some traps are not made to destroy. Some are built to protect, to draw the line between betrayal and freedom. And Ilona had finally found hers. If this story of Ilona's courage and hidden strength touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because sometimes, life's greatest twists come from the quietest decisions, and the courage to walk away when the trap finally closes. And so, Ilona walked away not just with her savings, but with her freedom. Sometimes the bravest choice is to protect yourself and start anew. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because more stories of courage, betrayal, and unexpected twists are waiting for you.